Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope that you all are fine at home. So today we are going to start our next lecture on sound, and that is the third series from the sound chapter, third lecture from the sound, and we are going to start from the phase. So what is phase? As you already heard about this word in your previous classes, the phase, the motion of vibrating particles and their direction is described in terms of phase. Thus particles in same phase would be exactly at the same distance from their mean positions and have the same velocity at that moment. Let's take see this figure. As in this figure we have a particle and we draw a wave from this particle, and there are the positions a1 a2. You will see these both particles are in the same phase. Now come to the next one. You are able to see this pictures. Maybe it is some blur, but you have already, it is clear in this picture that a black wave particle phase A and a red wave and a yellow wave. Now 3 points A, 2, 1, 2 or 3 on black, yellow and on red. These all are in the same phase. Now come to the next figure. As we have this figure, it is already a blur figure, but if you can see, okay, we have a circle on left side, okay, and we cut that circle and draw a graph like this, and you can see on the right side we'll start from 0, pi, 2 pi, like this. So this is the phase. Now come to the next topic. What is next one? We are going to discuss about the longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves are those waves in which particle of the medium vibrates along the propagation of the wave. Such as we have seen in this figure, uh, we have this spring. If we just tie the spring with a fixed end and stretch it and again leave it, so it will start compressions and rarefactions. Somehow it will compress and it will again expand and compress. So expansion and compressions are known as compressions and rarefactions. Okay, what are the examples of the longitudinal wave? Examples of the longitudinal wave is sound wave. Next one we have sound wave. How the longitudinal waves are produced? So what we have to do, simply we have to fix a spring, okay, on a table, and what we have to do, just we have to move spring, fix spring. Now as you can see how our longitudinal wave produced. If we just stretch a string and just leave it, a displacement is started in the string, and you can see the compressions. It will compress and expand again. So these particles are just vibrating along with the propagation of wave. By this, these types of waves are known as longitudinal waves. Come to the next topic. What are the transverse wave? Transverse waves are those in which particles of the medium vibrate along a line perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Means in this, simply if we understand in this, you can see the figure. If we vibrate, it will take a rope and start vibration in this one, okay, and you can see that these kind of waves are formed, and in this particles are vibrating just perpendicular to the propagation of wave, okay, and in this type of wave trough and crest are forms, and you already studied that trough and crest. Okay, what are the crest and what are the troughs? So distance between two successive crest and two successive troughs is known as wavelength. As you already studied about wavelength, what is it? Now come to the next one. Examples of transverse wave. Examples of transverse wave: light wave, radio wave, water wave and heat wave. Now come to next. As you can see, I have already told you that in this one transverse wave, trough and crest are formed, and the distance between two successive crests and two successive troughs is known as wavelength. Okay, now come to next one. If you see how we can just produce, how we can produce the transverse wave, we can consider a spring, or we can take a spring on a table, and we'll start fix that spring on one hand, and on the other hand what we'll do, okay, we'll just move up and down that spring. The wave that produced after the up and down, the pulse produced after the up and down of that particular rope or particular spring is produced to be, we can known as, or we called as the transverse wave. Okay, as you see in the figure above I have shown you. Now come to the next one. We will see the difference between the transverse wave and the longitudinal waves. The first difference, as you already know, in the transverse wave, particle vibrates in the perpendicular direction of propagation of wave, but in the longitudinal waves, particle vibrate along the propagation of wave, or parallel, or in the direction of, or in the parallel direction of propagation of wave. So next point is the wave propagates in the form of crest and troughs. As you already know, the transverse waves, in the transverse waves crest and troughs are forms, and in the longitudinal waves compressions and rarefactions and forms. And in the third point, these waves can travel through solids on the surface of liquid, and propagation of these waves cause change in the shape of medium. These are transverse wave. But for the longitudinal wave, these waves can pass through solids, liquids and gases also, as the propagation of these waves cause the change in the volume of medium. Now come to the fourth point, the transverse wave, there is no variation in volume. And for the fourth point, in longitudinal wave, when the wave propagates through a medium, there is a change in volume. Come to the next point, as there is no difference in pressure created in the medium while wave propagates. When transverse wave propagates, there is no difference in pressure created in the medium. But for the next, as in the longitudinal wave, it causes pressure difference. Now come to the sixth point, that is the last point, and it is the last main difference between the longitudinal wave and the transverse wave. The distance between two consecutive crest and troughs is called wavelength. And in this one, distance between two consecutive compressions and rarefactions is known as wavelength. Okay, come to the next one. We here also see the difference between light wave and the sound wave. Basically, you know that light wave are the electromagnetic waves and sound waves are the mechanical waves. What are the major difference between light waves and the sound waves? That light waves can travel through vacuum also, but mechanical wave cannot. So that the velocity of light wave is fixed, but the sound wave, velocity of sound wave depends upon the air, that is on temperature, air speed, humidity. Okay, and the next one, light wave create a sense of vision, while sound wave create a sense of hearing. Next point is light wave produced due to the transition of electrons from excited state to the normal state. You will read about the transition of elements in the in your higher classes, and we will discuss about this in our next videos. And for the main difference, that sound waves are produced by the vibrating bodies. We will start vibrating a body, the sound waves are produced. So the next point, that light waves are transverse in nature, that if they travel, okay, they produces, okay, crest and troughs, or they travels in form of transverse wave. For the sound waves, either they are transverse wave or longitudinal waves. Okay, it is the nature in which medium they are propagating, it depends upon that particular medium. So the next point is the value of velocity of light in air is fixed, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, as the velocity of sound, okay, at normal temperature and pressure is 330 meter per second. Okay, it is more in liquid and more in the solids. Come to our next point, that is mechanical wave and electromagnetic waves. We have a graph. Okay, we have just a simple structure about mechanical wave and electromagnetic wave. You can see on the screen, by which we can learn these waves, but the basic difference between these waves very easily, so that you can see there are two main circles. The main common point in the mechanical wave and electromagnetic wave is they both are transmitting energy without transferring of matter. So this is the main and most important common point between the mechanical wave or and the electromagnetic wave. So the first characteristics regarding mechanical wave is requires a medium, because they need already you know that they need a medium for the propagation. And for the electromagnetic waves, you already know that they can travel through vacuum and empty space. Okay, and how mechanical waves moves? They moves through longitudinal wave, compressional wave and transverse. They are using almost three waves, but for the electromagnetic waves they move through the transverse wave. What are the basic examples? Examples of sound wave or mechanical wave are sound waves, seismic waves, rope and springs and water waves. But for the example of light wave, they are the electromagnetic wave. Light waves are the basic example. Come to the next point. As you already know, you have already learnt about this amazing experiment in your previous classes. I am just reminding you again that we have just this one. We have taken a glass jar and fix a lid on the front on a bob made of cork, and we have just put in the electric bell in this glass jar and just take out the two wires and fix it to the electric circuit. Now we have an outlet of vacuum pump. What we did in this experiment, it's a very easy experiment we can do in our lab. Okay, so what we'll do was first apply the electric current, and after applying the electric current, when air is present in the gas jar, the person standing outside the jar, okay, nearby the jar can listen the sound of the bell. But what we'll do in the next part, we just take out all the air from the glass jar with the help of the vacuum pump. Again we switch on the electric bell, but in this time you can see that the person is standing nearby, maybe it your friend, or you can also stand, and you're able to hear that at this time you will not hear any kind of sound. But this experiment, it proves that sound waves need a medium for their propagation. Now, as you already know, I've already told you that speed of sound depends upon different media. For the gases, in air at 0 degrees Celsius, it is 331 meter per second. Air at 20 degrees Celsius, it is 343 meter per second. In the helium, it is 965 meter per second. In the hydrogen, it is 1284 meter per second. And then the next one, liquids, at water 0 degrees Celsius, it is 1402 meter per second. And in the water 20 degrees Celsius, it is 1482 meter per second. And in the sea water 1522 meter per second. As you can see, the solids, the speed of sound is comparatively high between in liquids and in the gases. As you can see, in the aluminum it is 6420 meter per second. In the copper it is 3560 meter per second. In the steel it is 5941 meter per second, and so on. You can see on your screen that the speed of sound can depend upon different media in which sound wave are traveling. Suppose it is gas, okay, gas, or it is a liquid, or it is solid. Whatever the media, its speed may be different according to that particular media. Now come to the next one, how the transmission of sound is happening on the solids and on the surface of liquid, transverse wave or longitudinal wave. But especially in gases, by the help of longitudinal waves, sound waves are traveling. So velocity of sound, as you know, we have already derived a formula that v is equal to n lambda in our previous lecture. So in this lecture we are going to just specify this, and we are going to learn some new formulas regarding it. So velocity of sound depends upon elasticity and density of medium. Basically this is a higher point of view, but you should know about this, because in higher classes you will see these kind of you will learn this, and you have to solve the questions regarding it. So velocity, Sir Isaac Newton already just given a script expression regarding this. So we have a velocity is equal to under root E, that is elasticity upon density. What is basically elasticity? Elasticity is a property of a matter by which it attains its original shape and size when applied force is removed, such as if we apply a force on a particular matter or a particular thing, it compresses, and if we remove that force, it again restores in its original shape and size. It is the elasticity. Okay, for the solids it is V is equal to under root Y upon D, that is Young's modulus, that is same as K1, and it is in the solids. For the gases it is V is equal to under root gamma P upon D. Okay, gamma P upon D, and this equation is also known as the Laplace correction. In this one, P is stand for the pressure and D for the density. Gamma is the specific heat at the constant temperature, and D is the ratio of specific heat of the constant temperature and specific heat or at the constant volume. For the next one, what are the basic factors that are affecting the velocity of sound in air? As you already know, we have already discussed a few seconds ago. What is the temperature? Basically, temperature will increase, velocity is directly proportional to the under root of temperature. As you can see on your screen. For the next one, density, velocity is inversely proportional to the square root of the density. Now come to the next one, humidity. As humidity will increase, speed of sound will increase. And for the wind one, that is our next point, wind. If a sound wave is traveling in direction of wind, the speed of sound will increase. If it traveling against the wind, then speed of sound will decrease. Come to the next one. This next the exercise, gentlemen, and in this exercise you have to solve some numerical problems, solve some questions as we have discussed in our earlier lectures. And for the next lecture we are going to, this is the exercise. As you can see, these are the questions. What is the sound and how it is produced? Question 2, describe with the help of diagram how compressions and rarefactions are produced in air near a source of sound. Cite an experiment show the sound needs a material medium for their propagation. As we have discussed this experiment in this lecture. Question 4, why is sound wave called a longitudinal wave? And next one, 5th, which characteristics of sound helps you to identify your friends by his voice while sitting with others in a dark room? As we have discussed about this question in our early classes. Can you guess it? Yes, you can. I know you can guess it. Next question, flash and thunder are produced simultaneously, but thunder is heard a few seconds after the flash in C. Why? We have already discussed about this question in our early classes. So you can guess it. I know you know this question very well. So next question, that is 7th question. 8th question you can see on your screen. These are the numerical problems. And 10th question. Again, these are the 11, 12, 13, and it is 14. Next one, these are the 15, 16, and 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. In our upcoming lectures, in our 4th lecture of sound, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about echoes, what are the difference between, what are the audible range, what is human ear, and different factors about the sound with the basic application in our daily life about the sound. And in our next we are trying to complete the sound chapter, and we'll go to the next chapter. Till that, enjoy your these days, and stay at home, stay safe. I hope that you all are enjoying these days. Okay, and stay at safe, keep going on with physics learners. Okay, in the last one, if you like our video, don't share, don't forget to share and subscribe this channel and to others one. Okay, thank you so much. Meet you all in our next video.